Hi Chris, this is Josh out at Encore Mustang Parts, and I am proud to show you this 93 dashboard harness that we already know works because I sent you a video of the car running before I took it apart. And I don't ever use the word mint or perfect. I usually put something in front of it like near mint or, you know, like perfect. But I don't even think there's one broken clip on this entire harness. I very carefully removed it, and I've pulled many apart, so I know which clips you pull, which clips you squeeze, which ones you need to tap on, which order they need to come out in. I'm going to go through the majority of it with you one by one, but this thing is near perfect and almost mint condition. It is a used part, but I'll show you a couple ways to identify it's 1993. All the terminals I've looked at look really good. All the factory wire cover is in place in most cases. Some of the electrical tape looking stuff is starting to come loose, and some of the plastic push pins that hold it in are coming loose. But there's no hacks in this harness. There's no wires that have been replaced or worked on. The factory speaker wires are in place. Radio wires, everything. Never had an alarm, never had a remote start. So I'm really proud to show this to you, and hope you'll agree that I can ship this out. Here we are in the engine compartment. These are over by the ignition coil. There's a ground wire, some power to the dash itself and the fuse box, the ignition switch. This I believe is for power windows. When you hold them all the way up or down, this is like a circuit breaker for the power windows so you don't overheat them. Some airbag things, some headlight harness connectors, but again, every single clip is still here. This one's the under the hood light. And I drove this car actually. I owned this car for a little while and know myself, not just from a short test drive here in the lot, that everything is good. It's upside down to us here, but this is a 93 only part number that's still in place, starting off with that F3Z. You know that's 93 Mustang or newer. If they would have changed it afterward, it'd be an F4 if they changed this dash harness, which I'm sure they did for 94. These are the windshield wiper connectors and the low brake fluid sensor. The gasket going through the firewall had never been manipulated. They didn't put an amp wire through here like a lot of guys do for their stereo. It all was held tight and is in real good shape. Over here we've got some parts for the pedal assembly, some parts for the cruise control system and the wiper system. Here's the brake switch connector. I always seem to break this, but didn't with you. If you agree to take this harness. These are all down to the tail light harness area, some to the transmission shifter area. All really in good shape. I didn't see any copper wire sticking out of this harness anywhere. We're still now over by the fuse block. I left all the fuses in it, so you should just be able to plug and play with it. All the relays or circuit breakers that it comes with are there. But again, nobody's ever tapped into this. Now we're getting closer to the column. These are all, every single turn signal or the multifunction switch, wiper connectors are all here, not broken. All of them, every single one. Dimmer switch there. This is for the headlight switch, and being that I took this from an LX, all the wires and connectors are good. Sometimes a GT burns up because it's got too much power going through it. You even saw a little bit of heat was on this just now, but it's not anything to worry about. It's not, like I said, a GT model would still function. The car was running and driving. What else we got here? Some factory speaker connectors, all with their plastic tabs. There's some shift interlock cable here. Down to the ignition switch. This is kind of an important one where all the power comes through. It's never been tapped into. All the clips are there. Really in good shape. We're getting over into the cluster area. These are all, the tabs are there, the terminals are nice. This is the defrost area or hazard switch. All the wires, sometimes they pull out of here. These are all really tight. Everything is near perfect, almost mint with this harness. That's for the door chime. Here's some things for airbag. This is some dashboard ground that go to the frame of the dashboard. Here's the blower box. This one always likes to snap off, so this must have been just a well manicured car. This is the actual blower motor. That's the blower motor resistor, and these are all the way on the other side by the passenger's kick panel, glove box area. That's the speaker all the way to the passenger side. So I hope that's enough to show you. Oh, here's the radio, factory radio connector. So there is no manipulation, there is no extra cuts, there are no broken tabs, I don't think, anywhere. I would say this is probably the best harness that I've ever had in my possession. And I'd be very happy to send it on to you. So let me get the second half of your order together, and I'll send these videos to you so I can make sure I got your approval. But thank you for your patience. I think it paid off. This is Josh at Encore. Talk to you soon.